Hello students, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to learn 7th chapter from 1st standard Ncert book, Math Magic. Let's begin. The name of the chapter is Measurement. Students, make this thing clear here that if we are comparing two things at a time, then we are going to use ER for a particular word. For example, thinner, shorter, heavier. So we have used ER here when we are comparing two things. Okay, and if we are comparing more than two things at a time, then we are going to use EST for that particular word. For example, shortest, longest, highest, or thinnest. These things, okay? EST. So if you are clear with this thing, we will start with first page of this chapter. Let's begin. Firstly, they have shown two examples of pencil and a ladder. So they are comparing two things at a time, so they have used ER. Okay, shorter, longer, shorter. Okay, longer means lamba, shorter means chota. Here two pencils are there, one is shorter and one is longer, and two ladders are there, one is longer, lambi ladder, and choti ladder, shorter ladder. Okay, so using this understanding, we are going to solve the questions below. So tick over there on longer one. So you are watching two leaves. So which is longer? Lambi kaun si hai? Longer. You are comparing two things at a time, okay? ER here they have used. So which is longer? सबसे लंबी कौन है? दोनों में से लंबी कौन है? The right one. Okay, right. Tick there. Okay, next is which is longer? In next image, दोनों झाड़ू हैं. Which is longer in them? So the left one is longer, right? Tick there. Next question. Which is shorter? छोटी कौन सी है? When we are using ER, we are comparing two things at a time. So they are comparing two ropes here. Which one is shorter? So which is shorter? छोटी कौन सी है? Okay, the right one is shorter, right? Okay, tick there. Two sticks are there. The two sticks they have shown into next picture. So which is shorter? The right one. Right, tick there. Cool. So we have discussed earlier that EST, when we are using EST, we are comparing more than two things at a time. So there are more than two chilies. Three chilies are there. So which is longest? The longest is सबसे बड़ी. तीनों में से सबसे बड़ी चिली कौन सी है? The left one is longest. लंबी चिली है वो. मिर्च है वो. लंबी मिर्च है. And the right one, the most right one is shortest. सबसे छोटी चिली है वो. तीनों को compare कर रहे हैं हम at a time. Cool. Okay, next. The question we are going to solve. Or. Three oars are there. So which is longest oar? We are using longest. EST we are using here. When you are using EST, you are comparing more than two things at a time. So we are comparing three oars at a time. So which is longest among these three? सबसे लंबी ओर कौन सी है? The middle one, right? Okay, tick there. Okay, three cons we are going to compare here. Which is longest? The left one is longest, right? Okay, they have asked the shortest one. Grandpa's stick, I think there, yeah. Which is shortest? सबसे छोटी स्टिक कौन सी है? दादाजी की स्टिक कौन सी है सबसे छोटी? The middle one, right? Cool. Taller and shorter. Again, can you guess? Taller and shorter. ER we are using. So we are comparing how many things at a time? Two things. Correct. ER, two things. EST, more than two things. So taller, shorter they have shown. The taller giraffe and the shorter giraffe. The taller is, I think, mom, and the shorter is, I think, baby giraffe. The taller farmer and the shorter farmer. They have shown examples. Okay. Now you have to tick over there. They have asked questions. Which is taller among these two birds? Which is taller? ऊंचा कौन है? सबसे ऊंचा कौन है? दोनों में से ऊंचा कौन है? The right one. Yes, the right bird is taller. Okay. Next, there is cow and calf. Both are shown into next picture. They have asked which is taller. Who is taller? Cow is taller. Obviously, mom is taller than baby. So you are going to take over the cow picture. Which is shorter? Next question. Puppy and doggy. Mom and baby. Puppy and dog. Which is shorter? छोटा कौन है? दोनों में से छोटा कौन है? The puppy. The left one is shorter, right? Two bushes. One is tiny plant and one is small bush. So which is shorter? The tiny small plant is shorter. The right one is shorter. Right. Cool. Next. Tallest, shortest. When you are going to compare more than two things at a time, you use EST. Tallest, shortest. सबसे छोटा, सबसे ऊंचा और सबसे छोटा. Tallest. Three type of homes they have shown. Three types of home. The tallest one, सबसे ऊंची building, the left one is the tallest. And the shortest is सबसे छोटी building. The right one, most right one is shortest, and the middle one is moderate. Now we are comparing three trees. The left one is tallest, सबसे ऊंचा पेड़. The right one, the most right one is shortest, सबसे छोटा झाड़. So they are asking questions like, who is tallest? Among these three birds, who is tallest? सबसे ऊंचा bird कौन सा है? The middle one. Correct. Next. Who is shortest? सबसे छोटा जोकर कौन सा है? सबसे छोटा जोकर लेफ्ट वाला है. The left one is shortest. Thicker and thinner. When you are using ER, you are comparing two things. Two girls, they have ponytail. One girl has ponytail, thinner ponytail, and another girl has thicker ponytail. Thinner and thicker. Thin means patla. Thick means jada. So you can see their threads. Bundle of thread. The left one is thicker. It is thick. And the right one is thinner. that thread bundle is thinner. So can you tell the झाड़ू दिखाए हैं, which one is thicker? जाड़ा झाड़ू कौन सा है? Which one is thicker between these two? So the right one is thicker, right? Cool. Tick there. Next, we are comparing two woods of two trees. One एक पतला है और एक जाड़ा है. So they have asked you the thicker one. Which is thicker one? जाड़ा पेड़ का wood कौन सा है जाड़ा? The right one is thicker, right? Okay. Which is thinner one? Two bows are there. They have asked the thinner one. The right one is thinner, right? Next, two ropes are there. They have asked the thinner one. The right one is thinner one, right? Next, thickest and thinnest. There is comparison of three books. The thickest, जाड़ी book, जाड़ी किताब, and the thinnest, पतली किताब. The thickest is left one and the thinnest is right one. जाड़ी किताब सबसे बाएं में है और पतली किताब सबसे दाहिने में है. Okay. So in questions they have asked, which is thickest pencil? Right, the left one is thickest. सबसे जाड़ी पेंसिल कौन सी है? Thickest one is the left one. Thinnest one, तीनों में से सबसे पतली ब्रश कौन सी है? तीनों में से सबसे पतली ब्रश है the left one. Right. Heavier and lighter. You know the meaning of heavy and light? Heavy is वजनदार or light means हल्का. So they have compared two things. So there is ER word or ER letters we have used. Heavier and lighter. So you can say pumpkin is heavier or tomato is heavier. Heavier is pumpkin, right? And tomato is lighter compared to the pumpkin. Okay. Heavier means वजनदार. Elephant is heavier and ant is lighter. Correct. Lighter they have asked, you have to take over the lighter one. So they have shown the pictures of a lock and a t-shirt or a shirt. So which is lighter? हल्का कौन सा है सबसे? दोनों में से हल्का कौन सा है? The shirt is lighter, correct. Two cylinders are there. So which is lighter you think? The left one is lighter, right. Heavier means वजनदार. The kite is heavier or the kite thread is heavier or the manja we can say is heavier. The kite thread is heavier, right. The right one is heavier. There is comparison between two fishes, a blue whale and a normal fish. Which is heavier? A blue whale, the left one is heavier, right. Heaviest and lightest. Heaviest means सबसे वजनदार. If you are comparing more than two things at a time, उन सबसे वजनदार है heaviest and उनमें से सबसे जो हल्का है that is lightest. So they have compared three watermelons they have compared. So which is heaviest? The most left one is heaviest and the most right one is lightest. सबसे हल्का है the rightest one. Next, they have asked the heaviest one. So there is image of a water bag, and next a thread bundle, and next is bucket. So which is heaviest? So by image we can say the left one is heaviest, right? Okay, tick there. Next, hammer, bookshelf, and a baby frog. Which is lightest? They have asked the lightest one. The most right one is lightest, right? सबसे हल्का कौन सा है इनमें से? The right one. Okay, next. Heaviest. सबसे वजनदार कौन सा है इनमें से? The first one is thermos box, I think. The middle one is bottle, and the third one is water fulfilled bucket. Heaviest is the most right one, water fulfilled bucket, right? Measurement. You are going to learn here how to measure distance between some two things, like one end of a table to another end of table. You are going to measure with your hand palm. Or for example, the distance between two trees in your school ground, you are going to measure with your foot. We can also measure the distance between two things by our hand palm. So for example, they have shown an example. The girl is measuring her book. How much the book is long, she is going to measure with her hand palm. So you also measure your book with your hand palm. So they have shown the book is 3 spans long. So the table is dash dash spans long. So measure your table with your hand palm and let us know into comment box. So I am going to answer my table, how it is long. I am going to answer my answer into that box. So my answer is, my table is 10 spans long. Okay, trace your friend's hand span here. So hold your friend's hand, you are going to span with your hand palm, and you are going to measure those palms. How many palms you have counted over his whole hand. So that much of count you are going to mention here. Measure. My table is dash dash span long. I have answered my table that my table is 10 spans long. So you are going to answer your table spans long. Okay. My pencil is 1.5 span long. My pencil is 1.5 span long. You are going to answer about your pencil into comment box. Okay. My classroom blackboard is dash dash pencils long. So you are going to answer by measuring your classroom blackboard. I am going to measure my classroom blackboard, and I am going to answer my answer here. Okay. My answer is, my classroom blackboard is 20 pencils long. Okay, these kids over there, they are measuring some distance using stick. Next, the boy over there measuring his carpet using feet. So one by one he is keeping his feet one after another. So likewise he is going to count his feet, how many feet he have crossed. So according to that he is going to count the countings. So he has counted 10 feet long. His carpet is 10 feet long. The mat is 6 feet long. The girl has measured her mat that it is 6 feet long. So you measure the distance between any two trees, how much they are long or how much they are far from each other. So you can use feet system. From one tree, you are going to start one by one, keeping feet one after another. You can count the feet up to the last tree. You are going to measure the distance in between. So you can count the feet and you can let us know into comment box. The distance between two trees is dash dash feet. Cool, we have finished this chapter here. We will start with next chapter now.